Welcome back, everybody, to this newest Let's Play, as we're going to be starting up King's Bounty Warriors of the North. If you didn't see the poll video, I will be using the Ice and Fire, because it appears, I try not to get too many spoilers, it appears this is just an expansion to Warriors of the North, kind of like Crossworlds was, so I didn't see anything offhand to make me think I shouldn't start with Ice and Fire. So if you think that's a problem, you can let me know down below, but if not, that's what we're going to do. And the results of the poll came in, and the Viking ended up winning, the Might Hero. So that's who we'll be playing as. We'll stick with the Might Hero, or the Rage Hero, you could say, because normally the Might Hero relies on rage abilities a lot. We'll stick with normal difficulty, as I usually do. And Olaf the Destroyer, huh? That's a pretty good name. Let's see about the emblem. I think most of the emblems are the traditional ones that are in most games, yeah. But none of them are very Norrisy, admittedly. Yeah, we probably should stick with the first one. That one seems like the more kind of that Viking helm there. The other ones, a lot of the other ones seem a little more like European, like, you know, Western Europe. Makes me think of. And not the North. Vikings. So let's stick with this. Let's be Olaf the Destroyer. And I guess we'll get going and we'll see if there's a opening movie. I wanted to see the unique skills for him are Steadfast Norse and Absolute Rage. So we'll see what those are. Also, let's get going though. I don't know if there's an opening movie or not, but we shall see. Okay, well, we're in the frozen north. As we should be. Maybe it's just gonna show us around the island, so, oh yeah, I guess so. Not really an opening movie, per se. Something to keep in mind, too, is that this is a blind playthrough. This is one of the few King's Bounty games I hadn't played before. I've owned it for a bit. I'd never gotten around to playing it, so this will be a completely blind playthrough, first time. So I will say, like, general hints are welcome in the comments section, but let's try not to put spoilers in there, especially for the storyline. We just flipped our axe. Eesh. If you catch it wrong and your hand's gone. But yeah, so just keep that in mind. Please try to keep away from major spoilers, especially for the storyline. Because, well, I want to be able to enjoy it, and if anybody hasn't played this game before, I want them to be able to enjoy it also. Alright, well, let's get going here. Here's Eric. Hey there, weakling. Wow, okay, Eric starts out by insulting us. Great. Heard the news? Father is looking for a strong warrior to lead the troops against the undead. I like how he says, hey there, weakling, but I'm sure he's about to tell us we need to go deal with the undead. Am I a strong warrior or a weakling there? Eric, make up your mind. And I suppose you volunteered? I would have volunteered, but I am the future king, and our people depend on me. I cannot place my life at such risk. Besides, I have already done my share of daring exploits, while you are still playing with your toy soldiers. Wow, I already kind of want to overthrow Eric, and we're, what, 1 minute into the game? Don't be so smug, Eric. Someone else might defeat the undead and become king in your stead. Think about it. The day has not started well. You met your elder brother Eric, oh, he's our brother, who still flaunts the fact that soon he will be king. In his usual sarcastic manner, he remarked that your father, Tormund the Fierce, is looking for a worthy warrior who will be able to stop the invasion of the undead. Here's your chance to claim some fame for yourself and earn the respect of the other men. Sounds like if, you know, Eric had an accident, we could become next king. Anyways. The gods rejoice at your accomplishments and bestow a gift upon you. Oh, well, lovely. Alright, well, let's look over our character here and see what we got. I'm guessing so we got an item. Celestial Armor. +2 defense and +2 attack. Oh, wow, nice. And if somehow we got the full set, it gives +10% attack, defense, and intellect. Wow, that sounds really nice. I'd like to have that. But we start out with, we got 1 attack and 1 defense. That looks pretty normal because we're the Viking, the might hero. Makes sense that our attack and defense probably started out high. Put on this armor. Start us up with a 3-3. That's pretty decent. What to check first here? Well, let's see what there's awards like we had in Crossworlds. Win without losses. Get leadership. Kill enemy heroes. Get rage. Kill dragons. So a lot of these were the same as we just had in our last Crossworlds one. Get extra experience for finding chests of treasures. Kill vampires to get +2 attack. Enemies set on fire, poisoned, or frozen. That's probably one that, we'll see how it goes. I'm guessing magic isn't going to be a huge thing for our character, especially, I mean, look at this. We start with 28 rage and only 10 mana, so definitely a rage hero. Traps. I always like this one, but it's so hard eventually to kill them unless your magic skill's high, and the traps just don't do a lot. Spells used. 2% resistance to all types of damage. That is nice. Well, we'll see. Rage used. +1% chance. Oh, increases your crit chance. That one we should get pretty easily, and that's a pretty powerful one. I always like having a high crit chance. Plus to rage by using certain spells. Okay. Save gold to get more gold. Destroy troops with a rage. 5% experience points for the hero's talents. I'm gonna guess they mean rage talents, but I could be wrong. Gathering a pile of crystals will get, just holding on to crystals will give us an increased intellect. That's nice, because that's probably one of the areas we'll struggle with, is having a high intellect. That's a pretty easy way to get some. Number of Valkyrie abilities used. Extra damage dealt by rage skills. Very nice, because I believe Valkyries are what the rage abilities are in this game. I don't know where the rage is going to show up. My guess is here, because I feel like that's the normal spot, spells and rage, but we'll see. And then, up here will be some kind of a companion, I'm guessing. But we'll see about that. And let's see. Destroying Viking armies. Okay, so destroying our own kind will give us extra damage to Jarls, Berserkers, Slingers, and Warrior Maidens. Okay. So 3 of these buttons we can't do anything with yet, and this one's a Book of Achievement. Okay. Collect artifacts, defeat enemies, inflict damage. I wonder if we get a reward for any of these. Like an in-game reward, if they're just achievements of, you did it, or if it's, you get an actual bonus of some kind for completing these. Okay, well, that's interesting. All right, well, I guess we'll just complete those if we complete them, I suppose. And let's see, our troops. So it also appears, if I'm reading this correctly, that our troops can level up to level 10. So effectively, it looks like there's a veterancy system in this version. That's pretty cool. If that's what it is, that's what it appears, though. That if we keep this, really is going to reinforce then the desire to keep the same stacks of troops. Then, because if you switch, let's say I switch these guys out all for Dwarven troops, I'm guessing we lose our veterancy. So probably important to decide what troops you want and stick with them, though, if this is a veterancy. I guess we'll look at their abilities when we get into a fight. So let's not worry about that right now. We will want to use our runes. Let's see. Oh, you know what? What were the special abilities I got? Absolute Rage increases the damage inflicted by critical hits, probability of critical hits during counterattacks, and after receiving damage, troops increase their own attack power. That sounds pretty nice. Okay. And runic power increases the damage done by rage skills and provides an opportunity to use rage skills twice per round. That's always powerful, using rage skills twice. Chance to reuse rage skills 1% for each unspent rune. I'm not sure how the rune system works currently, so we'll have to see how that... I guess we'll see how that goes as we go. What could we buy? Probably can't do any magic skills with our 1. We could take scouting, which would... helps us see what the enemy armies look like and gives us a point of intellect. Probably not the best. Let's see. We could take... so we could get a +1 to attack, a +1 to defense, and we already start with 1 point of rage control. So we might as well take one of these. I don't know if Vikings are more of a attacking army or a defending army. Let's go for the attack, I suppose. Heroism. Okay, so that's good. What else would we want to look at? Anything else? Let's see. Quests. Talk to the governor. Torn one of the fierce. About the invasion of the undead. We'll look at that in a moment. Map. We're on Nordling Isle. Okay. Let's see. Okay, there's us up in the north, and then we'll see what else. Spells. What did we start with? Runic Word. Speaking the runic word grants the target attack, defense, and luck runes. And a friendly unit receives an attack bonus. Flying into a rage, it rushes into battle. I think this is like the previous games. We will lose control of the enemy, but plus 75% attack's pretty nice. So I do dislike losing control of my allies, though, my units. So we'll see. And something new I see is there's rune spells now. So there's the usual order, distortion, and cast, but there's also rune spells. Interesting. Okay, I suppose we can continue forward. Guess let's go to the castle. That's because I would assume where the governor / our father is. Is there the usual buttons on here? Yes. Dig for treasure. What's this? East. Okay, it's just the map. Any other buttons? Reserves. Reserves are unlocked in this game, so you don't have to unlock them, which is nice. Time of day. Okay, yeah, it looks like a lot of it's normal stuff, though. Alright, let's go to the castle here. Greetings, Olaf. What brings you here? Have you heard that I'm looking for brave warriors? A greetings, father. Yes, Eric said. Aye, by your face, I can see that he has been picking on you again. But what can I do? Put him in a corner? You're both fully grown now. No, you'll have to deal with him yourself. As you know, a sword grows stronger, the heart of the blacksmith works it. Accept these taunts from your brother as blows from the hammer. Learn to tolerate them, and you will become a stronger sword. But Eric has been saying that he will be the next king after you. It would be so much better if I became king instead. Oh, well, I agree. We're just going to come right out and say it. So that's it. You know, Olaf, being king means much more than being the son of a king. You must also earn the respect of the soldiers. Eric has proven himself worthy. But I'll give you a chance to shine. Nordling has been struck by a terrible attack. The walking dead are appearing in increasing numbers, arising from their tombs even in the light of day. Go speak to the soothsayer. Old Rune knows much of the undead. May be able to suggest how you might deal with them. Very well, father. I'll be back soon. Can I get some money, father? Because that'd be great. Hold on, son. Take this amulet. This amulet has been passed down in our family for many years. I got it from my father, and he received it from his, and so on. Well, you understand. I was going to give the amulet to Eric as my eldest son and heir, but now, after all your labors, I do not hesitate to pass it to you. Keep it with honor, and remember about all your ancestors who possessed it before you. It's named Rage of the Valkyries. It allows you to unleash your rage on the battlefield, but I don't know why it is named after celestial virgins. Thank you, father. I will air it in the memory of our ancestors. Father, I'm sure the Valkyries are going to come to our aid. Is why it's named that? Your father gave you this amulet, which has been passed down through your family from father to son. This ancient magic amulet enables its wearer to direct his rage against the enemies on the battlefield. Wear it with pride, and keep firm the honor of your ancestors. Very nice. Oh, we got that early in this game. Some of these games, it takes a while before you get to, like, what is it, the legend. You don't get it for a bit, hours into the game. I guess I can't afford this. I was going to say, hey, I could buy some items and really boost our defense. I don't have that kind of money, though. What can I do for you, Olaf? Have you come to recruit more warriors for your army? Or are you just joining the party? I probably will recruit some more soldiers, now that you mention it, but tell me one of your stories, Father. Once we sailed to the coastless land. We sailed for many days and nights, and soon our supplies of food and water began to run out, and the soldiers began to grumble. Then the lookout spied a thin strip of land. We all rejoiced. All of a sudden, a thick sea mist came down, and we went off course. Despair haunted us that night. And in the veil of mist, we heard such beautiful singing. It was driving us crazy. It promised... Well, you're still a bit young to hear about all that. We both wanted to go to the place where the singing was coming from. So badly that Gurtorm had to be tied up and thrown onto the deck of the Drakkar like a sheep. But only a true berserker could survive that encounter. We drank a concoction and ended up screaming our responses back into the mist. So there we were, sailing in the fog, listening to this beautiful singing with no idea of our heading. And then what happened? But it wasn't anything out of the ordinary. The fog lifted, and we saw that we were almost at the shore. Our joy knew no bounds. But I tell you, the fog was no joke. And then there was the siren's song to contend with. Ah yes, you know the sirens devour the sea travelers. It's true, I tell you. After the song had stopped, we noticed that the blind Tregit was missing. And though some evil tongues say that he fell overboard by himself, I believe he was dragged over by those same sirens. You're so lucky. You heard the siren songs. Alright. Sounds dangerous. If we look at our soldiers here, we've got more of these. I'm guessing slingers are our ranged unit. Yes, they get a bonus in snowy areas and is resistant to ice damage. Shooter, of course. No melee penalty. Nice. Accurate. Well-aimed throws focus the target to fumble their weapons. With a probability of 20%, their base ranged attacks inflicts weakness with a critical hit. Oh, a crit, they have a chance of weakening the target. Troop has its own supply of magic rune. Okay, well, I still got to learn exactly what that means, the runes. Attack the enemy, striking him with a hail of stones, damaging any troops nearby. Oh, it's AoE sling attack. Okay. Well, sure. Let's get some more. Oh, I can't afford any more of those. I'm maxed out. Okay. So am I maxed out on all these guys then? Oh, yes. I could get Vikings. Ardent, that's the defense with cold. If the troop loses 50% of its soldiers, it always performs a critical hit, but I don't want you to lose that many. And he also has runes. Shield Bash. Gather momentum and run in a straight line into the selected enemy, inflicting 3 to 5 damage with a probability of 50% stunning the target for 1 turn. Receive an additional 1 action point for the Shield Bash distance. Enter a Berserker Rage for 30 rounds. Initiative, attack, and critical hit chance are increased. He becomes uncontrollable and suffers a 50% reduction to defense. That's a little rough. Alright. And what's this? Because those guys are expensive. 355. They must have good health? Oh no, only 30 health. Oh, I'm misreading it. They cost 65. Excuse me. There's 355 of them available. I was going to say, man, they're expensive. I'm reading the wrong thing. No, these guys that we already have some of, these berserkers, are the better ones. I can't even afford to have any more. Oh yeah, 52 health. They have hardened, runic knowledge, ignore pain. If the opponent counterattacks, the berserker immediately makes another attack with his shield. Nice. Okay, what is this one? A Scald. This guy can sing, probably. He's effectively like if you know what a bard is. Scald is the Viking version of that, so he's going to like sing and raise our morale and stuff, probably. Sings of strength and courage, inspiring allied troops, and imposing on them a random blessing. Okay, so he can boost our stuff. Oh, and debuff the enemy. Who ridicules the enemy, imposing on targets of level 1 through 3 a random curse. Oh, that's kind of nice. He's hardened, cautious. Oh, if he loses 30% of its soldiers, the rest of them get 30% evasion. Nice. When attacking with a probability of 20%, it can remind the enemy of all its bad deeds. These painful memories deal magic damage equal to half of the amount of damage that the offending troop dealt in its last attack. Huh. Okay, that's interesting. Supports the morale of the soldiers. The songs and poems increases morale of all Viking units by 1. Escort to Valhalla praises allies who have fallen in battle. Raises the initiative of allied Vikings by 1 for 2 turns. And has his own runes. Okay, I think let's try some of these if we can afford them. I mean, I guess I could buy these if I can afford them. Oh yeah, I guess I can max out our soldiers. And then, oh yeah, look, that they've all got a positive morale now. 10% attack, defense, chance for critical hit. And the chance of the Scald. I noticed they keep some of them, a lot of them, they're spelling Scald SC, even though it should be SK, which is how the actual unit says right here. In a lot of the other areas it says SC, though, for some reason. Huh. Yeah, like this. If you read the last word in this box, it's Scald with a C. But it's fine. I mean, I guess that could be a proper way to spell it. I've never seen it that way. I've only seen it SK before. You guys can let me know. Maybe that's actually true if any of you guys are from Norway or Sweden, where this more closer to a Viking language would be. Maybe you would know. But at least our army's a little buffer now. What did he actually say to go to? Oh, the Soothsayer. Right. Let's get some of this treasure that's just lying around. Oh, hello. Oh, 70 more gold. Very nice. Oh, get a bunch of gold. Shoot. No, I guess I was going to say maybe I should have saved it so I could buy an item, but I guess I'm not getting that much gold. This is the Thunderbolt, your father's Drakkar. He is now preparing for a voyage. His soldiers are sealing cracks in the bottom and bringing on supplies. Someday you may lead Nordling soldiers to sea in a fateful campaign, perhaps on this very vessel. I guess it's Nordlig. Is that right? Like, what did it say on the map? Nordlig. I guess it's Nordlig. If I'm pronouncing it right, of course. I may not be. For some reason I want to say Nordling. I don't know why, though. It's really Nordlig. Nothing. Okay. Well, let's make sure we gather all the stuff around, because leadership flag, very nice. Blacksmith. Smithy is unusually quiet, especially for a smithy. Apparently the village blacksmith, Uncle Gortrum, is away at present. Oh, I can go out this door. Oh, there's the blacksmith apparently right there. Or he's going to tell us, you need to go deal with the undead first. Snorri Leatherbottom, okay. The blacksmith, I actually don't see him. Maybe I have to go across the bridge then. I don't actually see anything for the Soothsayer. There doesn't appear to be any buildings. Let's talk to Leatherbottom here. Greetings, Olaf. How was your day? Not as black as mine, I trust. Why so sad, Snorri? And where's Dory? Gone for a beer or something? Snorri and Dory, goodness. Don't mention that traitor's name in my presence. I don't even want to hear it. What happened? You've been friends with Dory for as long as I can remember. Friends, Olaf. Friends. What kind of friend would you call him? The scoundrel stole my magic amulet made of wolf's fangs. My amulet! My grandfather fashioned it himself, and that coward Dory stole it and refuses to confess. May he burn in hell. Wait a minute. If he didn't confess, why are you so certain that this is his handiwork? And who else might it have been? Judge for yourself. Last night we drank a little beer. I know your idea of a little. 2 barrels, eh? Until there wasn't a drop left. 'Twas but a single keg. I told you we only drank a little. You know, you should stop interrupting, Olaf. Anyway, I woke up the next morning, never an easy thing to do, and suddenly I realized something was missing. My amulet. Oh no! And next to me lies that scoundrel Dory fast asleep. Well, I wake him up and said stop playing around and give me back my amulet. And what did he say? He called me a fool and said he'd never touched my talisman in his whole life. Oh, and then he went back to sleep. So I slapped him across the ear to get him to stop pretending. Oh no, you don't want to be around Dory when he's been hit in the ear. You're not joking. He immediately jumped up and gave me one right back. Snorri gingerly touches his black eye. I certainly didn't let the grass grow under his feet, and so we fell out. The most important thing is that he continues to deny that he stole the amulet. That slimy toad. Let me talk to Dory. Maybe he'd be more open with me. Talk to him if you want. Just tell him from me that he's a villain and a thief, and no friend of mine. I'll be back. He's talking about blowing things out of proportion. You drunk? You probably just set it down somewhere. Sheesh. Maybe if you weren't such a lush, you wouldn't have this problem there, Snorri. Talk to Dory Rusty Chain. Alright, these names. Bah. Who's that I see? It's young Olaf. Where are you gallivanting off to now, you rogue? Hey. I've got to go, Gertrude. I'm in a hurry. My father has asked me to take care of the undead infestation. Now you're talking. The undead, you say? I do hope you remember which end of the axe to strike with, eh, lad? Come along, then. Let's see your valiant prowess. Aye, and maybe I'll even give you a piece of advice while we're at it. I'm guessing this is the tutorial. But sometimes there's items, like I probably don't need the tutorial, like I'm pretty experienced with these games at this point, but sometimes the tutorial I'll have an item or leadership flag, something I'd like to get my hands on, so let's do it. From what Father said, it sounded pretty urgent, but on second thought, let's go. A bit of exercise wouldn't hurt. Might as well go do it and get ourselves a little bit of bonus. Yeah, look, like there's some gold right there. Ooh, it looks like there's a rune over there. Oh yeah, so definitely already there's some bonuses we wouldn't probably have gotten if we had said no. So, totally worth it. And actually, looking at the time, I think it's a good spot to stop today's video. So, next time, we'll collect the goods in the little tutorial area and head over to deal with the undead. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. If you did, make sure you hit that like button. And also hit that subscribe button so you'll know when I release new videos. And I hope to see you next time. Thanks for watching.